JBN, we keep you informed. Man charged for manslaughter in dark road crash, 3 confirmed dead. A driver for Subaru Impreza motor car involved in an accident that claimed 3 lives on Monday has been officially slapped with manslaughter charges. The driver appeared in the St. Catherine Parish Court on Thursday, where he was granted bail and ordered to return to court in September. The Portmore police have confirmed that 3 persons died in the motor vehicle collision along the Dyke Road in Portmore, St. Catherine. The deceased have been identified as Christopher Martin, 38-year-old taxi operator of Dumbly Holden District, Portmore, Catherine Hyman of a Bogwalk address, and the 24-year-old Christopher Dillon. Reports from the Portmore police are that about 8:30 a.m., Martin was driving a Toyota Wish motor car towards the Portmore toll. When on reaching a section of the roadway, the driver for Subaru Impreza motor car allegedly turned right, colliding with the Toyota Wish. 9 persons, including both drivers, received injuries. The police were summoned and the injured persons taken to the hospital. Martin and 2 of his passengers, Hyman and Dillon, were pronounced dead while the others were treated. Trelawny man shot dead on his veranda. The Trelawny police are following several leads into the murder of a man who was shot and killed by unknown assailants in a gun attack at his home in the parish on Tuesday night. A construction worker was also shot and injured during the attack. The deceased has been identified as 54-year-old Cordelia Clark of Bracco, Trelawny. The police reported that Clark was sitting on his veranda while talking to a man sitting in a parked car. They came under gunfire from unknown gunmen who pounced upon them. The 2 men were shot and injured and later taken to the hospital where Clark was pronounced dead. Prime Minister net worth nearly $140 million. Prime Minister Andrew Holness and his wife Gillette had a reported net worth of almost $140 million in 2018, according to information from his statutory declarations that have been gazetted by the Integrity Commission. According to the information, which was made public on Friday, August 9, as is required by law, the Holnesses had assets totaling just over $161 million compared to liabilities of more than $22 million last year. At the same time, the Holnesses reported to the Integrity Commission income of nearly $16 million in 2018. The Prime Minister and his wife also reported savings of just over $3.64 million or US $28,000 and income of $1,076,520 or US $8,000. The publication of the information detailing the Prime Minister's statutory declarations had been held up for weeks and had been the source of much speculation in the public domain. Under increasing pressure to make the information public, Holness, who admitted that he had submitted the information late, stated on Wednesday that he intended to do so regardless of whether the Commission did so. He said then that he hoped the Commission would have published its filings this week. Opposition leader Dr. Peter Phillips had threatened to go to court to compel the Commission to force the Prime Minister to make his statutory declarations public by the end of this week. The Commission had made Phillips' declaration public 3 weeks ago when they were gazetted. Based on his declaration, Phillips and his family had assets and income in the region of $185 million for the reporting period in 2018. Following halfway through robbery, cops remind of free service to transport money. Members of the public seeking to transport large sums of cash are being reminded that they can seek the services of the Jamaica Constabulary Force (JCF) to do so in order to avoid situations like what occurred in Halfway Tree on Thursday afternoon. Reports are that a wheelchair-bound man, who was said to be a district constable, was attacked and robbed of a large sum of money just minutes after he left a financial institution in the busy St. Andrew commercial hub. The police said too often they are seeing cases where persons, in particular licensed firearm holders, are opting to transport large sums of cash by themselves, believing that their firearms offer enough security in the conveyance of large amounts of cash. We need to start seeing members of the public acting more responsible in cases where large sums of money need to be transported. The services of private security companies can be sought, or persons can visit the nearest police station, and this sort of service can be provided free of cost by the police, said a senior JCF officer. The police made the call while outlining that the Halfway Tree police are still searching for the criminals who attacked the wheelchair-bound man and stole funds that, according to sources, were to be used to finance a family funeral. Reports are that about 1 p.m., the man, said to be a district constable, went to a major financial institution in the commercial hub to conduct business. The man reportedly left the entity sometime after with a large sum of money. Information received is that shortly after he exited the institution, he was approached by a man who attacked him and snatched the bag that he was carrying with the money. Reports are that the man who was robbed then pulled a firearm and shot at the fleeing culprit. The shooting sent people in the busy area running for cover. The Halfway Tree police subsequently launched a search for the attacker. Phillips' campaign dismisses poll results showing him trailing Bunting. Dr. Peter Phillips' 1 PMP campaign has dismissed poll figures showing him trailing his challenger Peter Bunting. The Rise United campaign said a poll it commissioned shows that 36% of Jamaicans believe the People's National Party under Bunting's leadership would stand a better chance of defeating the Jamaica Labour Party in the next general election. It is said that it is compared to 16% who believe Dr. Peter Phillips has a better chance. However, Dr. Phillips' camp has said the results are confusing, incomprehensible, and out of line with its polling data. 1 PMP campaign chairman K.D. Knight is asserting that the data presented was designed to confuse the public and in particular the PMP delegates in support of Dr. Phillips. Senator Knight said if the Bunting campaign wishes to be taken seriously, it should immediately reveal all the relevant data in its poll, such as the demographic makeup of the sample size and the distribution across the population. Senator Knight said 1 PMP will present details of its own poll findings by the end of the week. Domestic disputes pushing up murder rate in Manchester. The Manchester police say most of the murders committed in the parish have stemmed from domestic disputes. Superintendent Wayne Cameron, head of the Manchester Police Division, made the disclosure Thursday night at a Manchester Chamber of Commerce meeting. It has become an area of concern for us, and it's difficult to police because if there's a quarrel at home and the police is not aware, then there can be no intervention. If there's no intervention, oftentimes it turns deadly. And what I find is that many times family members in the same household, community members, do not call the police to assist with what's taking place in these domestic issues, he declared. In the meantime, Superintendent Cameron said the Manchester police are investigating at least 2 murders associated with operations at car marts in the parish. We are investigating at least 2 murders associated with business people in car marts. You can recall the soldier who was shot dead at the car mart at New Green Roundabout that took place this year, and we're investigating another where this one is in a very sensitive stage of the investigations, so I really cannot disclose anything at this time, but just for you to know that there is trouble brewing in that particular field he outlined. Superintendent Cameron said he and his team are working to quickly solve the murders. 623 new housing solutions for Portmore St. Catherine. Construction is to begin by December on 623 new houses under the Shooters Hill Housing Development Project in Portmore St. Catherine at a cost of $7 billion. This is being facilitated through a joint venture agreement between the Housing Agency of Jamaica, HAJ, and Rite Solutions Development Company. Under the public-private partnership, Housing Solutions, starting at $7.6 million, will be built on 157 acres of elevated land, primarily for low and middle income earners. The development is in keeping with measures by the government to address the deficit of approximately 20,000 housing solutions yearly. Prime Minister Andrew Holness, who signed the agreement, along with principals of HAJ and Right Solutions at Jamaica House on Thursday, said the cost of the units to be provided are fairly reasonable, especially for young professionals. I think these are very affordable. I can see the young nurse, the young policeman, the young university graduate immediately just waiting to get one of these units. I want them to know, those persons who are leaving university, a year or 2 out of university, getting themselves settled, that the government understands. We know what your ambitions are, and we are putting in place the necessary programs to allow you to achieve your goal of owning your own home, he said. Holness noted that the lowering of the interest rates to zero for National Housing Trust NHT contributors who earn $15,000 or less per week has increased demand for housing. We have made the market bigger, and now we're ensuring that we're actually putting solutions on the market, he said. The Shooters Hill housing development, which is to be done on a phased basis over a 3-year period, will be a gated community featuring communal play areas, commercial space, and a police post. Phase 1 will have the lower price solutions, while Phase 2 will have solutions with higher prices and more upscale finishes. With lot sizes ranging from 4,000 square feet to 6,500 square feet, the development will comprise 100 one-bedroom starter units at a cost of $7.6 million, 200 two-bedrooms, one bathroom for $11.5 million to $12.5 million, 220 two-bedrooms, two bathrooms ranging from $13.5 million to $14.5 million, and 100 three-bedroom split-level units at $17.5 million. There will be water storage on site, and each unit will have a solar water heater. JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember to like, subscribe, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.